Pouring. So when you pour libation, you awaken your ancestors, awaken the spirit of your family, and they come in your support. And they do as you say, they don't do the otherwise.
Okay.
Contrary to what people are preaching about. No, it doesn't work that way.
Okay, this is our traditional memories 96.5 FM. Feel free to ask our questions on 0803 085 7755 or 0809 066 6909. We want to take a look at some issues that has to do with our native laws and customs. Okay, the ladies, the ladies come very close because I'm coming close to you. Valentine is all about ladies, you know, and there are guys hanging out and say, hey, I love you, and you don't really understand the essence, the importance, the significance of love. And eventually feel, let us boycott those gray-haired old parents at home. Let's go somewhere and get married and start our life and forget about them. After all, they didn't send to school. How much did they pay for my school fees? After all, they're still not important. I'm not residing in my village. I'm living elsewhere in Lagos. I'm living outside the country, and so I can take things for granted and let it be. Well, there are significant. There are problems. There are certain things that are attached to these, oversights. So, what happens, Olku? What happens to a lady who chooses not to, perform the real traditional rites, observing the native laws and customs with the parents' background in order to really have a successful relationship?
Basically, the negligence is actually, okay, let me put it this way. The fact that we don't do this thing affects the women more than it affects the men when it comes to the concept of marriage, because the man does not have to give birth, but it is the woman who has to give birth, and there are a lot of things that wait for her at the point of giving birth. And
oh, really?
Yes, negligence of our spiritual standard is one of the things that causes this infant mortality or childbirth, mortality that happens around, and that is one of the reasons why you find people, women, when they are pregnant, they practically sleep in the church because they are trying to avoid one problem or the other. But a lady who is spiritually enlightened will be free, would not want to, inflict herself with all those kind of fasting and the rest, all because she doesn't know what is wrong or what may be right. So it is very important that we go against, try to live above the emotion of, I'm so in love, I have to disobey my parents, I have to I must stay with this man whether they like it or not. It is in the place of the woman to make sure that she is taking the right way, because she's the one that is being taken. It's not the man that is being taken. It is very important that she makes sure she is taking the right way.
Okay, she's taking the right way so that they will have a fruitful marriage.
Yeah.
Now, there are some of them that believe okay, now who is to blame when it comes to situations like this? Is it the parents that have not actually groomed the children to, know the way forward? Or the children are just adamant, they don't want to know because things have changed perhaps? They think 2025 is no more 1940.
I think majority of the blame will go to the parents, because the parents of today are very clueless about their tradition, clueless about the Western dominance, the whole suppression thing that is going on. And so they become very religious conscious, and they think that they are doing the best thing. And of course, the parents are the one who groom the children. So if you as a parent had lived the right standard, then your children will naturally pick those standards. There is no way a child grows to see that you value tradition, you respect tradition, that he will not do the same. Then after, the parents will give it to the Western civilization that is currently infiltrating our children, telling them that, Western civilization has done a lot of damage to the extent that children now fight parents, and so the decisions of the parents is no longer tenable. So the Western civilization, through the social medias and all of that, okay, you just talk about the Valentine. The Valentine has nothing to do with the Bible spirituality or any spirituality across Africa.
Purely Western.
Purely Western. And when you say purely Western, it was a creation by a set of people to infiltrate our emotion. Like I've said in passing before, that the concept of love is quite deceitful, and it is the most dangerous thing ever created by man for men. Why so is because we have taken our mind off interest, off values, and just put it on emotion. Emotion is very flimsy. It comes and goes, very transient. So it is not something that is that one should make a serious decision as marriage based on. Our parents in those days used to take very tangible facts, points to decide whether to marry a man or to marry a woman. But today, we just want to follow how we feel. He makes me feel right, he makes me feel good, and all of that, and we move. So the Western civilization has caused us a lot of damage. If I go further, you will also see that the Western civilization has also cost us a lot of money. Like the Valentine's that is going, it has turned men to women and women into men. Why so is because it is the women that decides where they want their Valentine to be spent and the kind of gifts that make them special. And then the men do what? They close their accounts to make the women special. But then let's run a statistics. The marriages that was produced by Valentine, where are they today?
Okay.
Majority of the marriage that was produced by Valentine are gone. Yes, because it was the hue, I feel this way about him, he's so special, it's this and all of that. You know, like they even say love is blind, and then we are still following it. Like you just know it is blind. Why? Because you can't reason very well. But then, why should we embrace something that we vividly know it is blind? It makes us blind to facts, culture, respect for our elders, respect for our originality. So it is time for us to really wake up and let go the tools of the Western people. Yeah. Let them handle their thing and let us do our thing.
Yes, Oku, and well, if you are joining us, this is our tradition on Memories 96.5 FM. We're discussing, the love that is in the air, how it's to be spent and how significant it is to us as Akwa Ibomite, and how important it is for us to educate our young ladies, our young girls, on the dangers that surround Valentine. Well, Oku, I get about Mbiosinonke town, Mbiosinonke cities, they tend to forget these native laws and customs and say, after all, let's throw that to the wind. It belongs to the old age. But Mbiosinonke, yes, close to their grandparents or the villagers and those that have actually lived, and yes, they seem to observe all of this. Yes. How do we drive this message to those in town?
I think those in town do so deliberately because they actually feel they are civilized. But what do we really call civilization? Is it to neglect who you are? If that is civilization, then I don't want to be civilized. If you even check the people in the village, like you said, even the churches there are 50-50, tradition and Christianity. Like you see them still pour libation, all of that. Why? Because they are aware of the efficacy of tradition. Then when you come to the city, we just want to do the yoppie and trading masero, the classy. And then when you want to talk about let's pour libation, you can't say that here. Jesus died for us and blah 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 blah. It is said in the Bible that it was done to Jesus according to the culture and tradition of the Jews. The question for you is, was it done to you according to your culture and tradition? So city or rural area, it does not disconnect you from your roots. We all have that duty to connect, irrespective of where we are. Okay, in fact, look at the Indian man. No matter how far he travels with his culture. Mm-hmm. So are we more learned than them? They are controlling the medical world now, the science and so many other sectors of the world. But no matter how intellectual, how educated, they move with their culture.
Yeah, that reminds me. There's a news that herbalists in Nigeria and other, practitioners have been contacted to start bringing out drugs for AIDS, and I don't know how potent that will be, or if it is now that we know that our traditional medicines are also as potent and strong as the Western ones, and can replace it easily.
We don't even want to go into that, and maybe you would give it a different day for that discussion, because the truth remains that, okay, take for example, SARS got into Nigeria, it died. Ebola got into Nigeria, it died. Corona got into Nigeria, it died. What is going on? HIV had a cure from the first day it was announced to humanity. But where are those doctors that had the cure? That is not something I want to say on today.
Okay, so this is your program, Our Tradition, on Memories 96.5 FM, 0803 085 7755. Let's know your thoughts on, Valentine, the love that is in the air. It is real. Is it right for your children, your children to go engage in illicit, relationship, unauthorized relationship, and come introducing them to you and say the Western culture permits us to do so. After all, this is a digital age and not analog like yours many years ago. Is it right for children to, go ahead and do this? And who is to blame when they go out of their way, to avoid these mistakes? Who is to be blamed? That's what we want to know. And Oku Esen is right in the house to inform you that it is not the right thing to do to avert our culture just to please the Western world and Western traditions and bring them to us. It is, I don't know. Let me still ask him, Oku. Oku Esen is with me, and Oku, let me come to you. Now, do you think most parents that choose to follow the Western culture are doing their children any good?
The answer is no. You're not doing your children.
Because some of them can't even speak our language.
Some of you're not doing your child any good. First of all, when you come from the perspective of language, it means you are not communicating if you can't speak your language, because the spirit's life does not hear you. Like I was talking today at a fair, I said every individual is entitled to their spirit, it's a family spirit. That is to say that no matter where you say you are from, if you are not praying to the spirit of your house, the ancestors of your home, you can never find help anywhere. In the Bible it says, it is only the God of your ancestors shall you serve, for I am the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Very practically put, if you put two hens here with their chicks, and then you take all the chicks to one corner and take the mothers to one corner, and you disturb the chicks, and then you release one mother, you find out that the mother hen will only go after her chicks. The other one will be stranded. It happens like that with every other animal. The same thing happens with us. It is only the spirits that are from your household that would answer you. On this one, we talk about foreign deities and the rest, for a white god and the rest. It will never save you. We all assume that we are being rescued. We are never rescued if we all want to be truthful to ourselves. Spirituality is ethnic based, zero down to the family base. Any deity that does not share your bloodline will never know you. What is ancestry? Ancestry is a people that share common bloodline, common DNA. So when the Bible says follow your ancestors, it's because it is your ancestor that will show you your God.
All right, we shall come back to the discussion. Let's take a commercial break.
Memories 96.5 FM.
Sunday special show. I am MC Ani, and I got with me here Oku Esen, and we're taking a look at love that is in the air, and how our youth can be guided into making constructive, into making strong relationship with their partners, and who is to blame when they go out of their way. And of course, we know full well that there are certain traditional, practices that should be observed when it comes to, going in search of a lifetime partner. Who is to blame? Are the parents to blame, who have forgotten the native laws and customs and how it used to happen many years ago? All the children of today, the digital children who says we should throw that to the wind and allow that to go because the times have passed and we can go ahead and leave our cultures behind. Oku Esen is right here to tell you, no, you've got to do it the way it should be done. Go with Sister Gagadama said. So go to menu don't Fernando make any code in 0803 085 7755 or 0809 066 6909. Now for when maintain relationship info. Now when manage the cultures of the tradition of their place and that of the church. Both of them go hand in hand. You don't drop one for the other. And of course, there are also there are also side effects that go with it. Okay, now let me come back to Oku. Oku, now tell us more. in the situations are differ. Okay, they are make them are different. Now, if for instance, okay, it was always take for granted. The guy in your relationship, okay, so for a while you need to okay, by time and so on and so forth. We practice all of this, and they get away with it, and nothing really happens. But others, before you go the first round, like you said, you still have to sleep in the church, and then many things are after you, and before you know it, you need eggs, and I know the way I get tongues. So, and now advise us all the way forward.
Nobody gets away with wrong things. Nobody. You see, people are always very quick to share stories.
Please ensure you don't flash. Please place their call straight on 0803 085 7755. The program ends at 5 minutes, 7 minutes from now.
People are always very quick to share edited stories, and people are also very quick to share the stories of others, and then people are always very quick to share bad stories. Nobody shares the good one. But here is the thing about bad stories spread faster than the good ones. Nobody escapes doing wrong thing. For instance, whoever escaped putting his hand in the fire, do you understand? That's example. Whoever escaped being drowned when he goes into the river and stays, or into under the water and stays for 2 hours. Is there anyone? Nobody. The point is simple. The Ibibio system has a huge grace. Even in the concept of Ndo. So sometimes you find a man who finds a woman that he likes, and then he takes to the parents, and then and this is his intention. Ibibio allows that.
Yeah.
Over time,
the number sorry to interrupt, sir. Please keep the thought. The number is 0803 085 7755. I've had several flashes here. Please place your call straight. Thank you.
So Ibibio allows that. Then it finishes. But in the case where you just keep going without attempting to do anything, the Ongaboke cannot run the tomb for. For instance, if you are a man, you didn't pay anything on the head of your woman, and then she has given you female child. Sir, forget, don't go and collect anything. It is
okay, we shall collect. Let's collect this call, but not anything. Hello, welcome to our tradition.
Okay, good evening.
Agreed to.
Yes, so I'm calling from Uyo here.
All right, you're welcome.
Yes. In fact, I don't like the way some people keep on misleading others, those who are trying to be truthful in worshiping their God. The gentleman, they talk about worshiping our forefathers. If we want to go by history and according to what is in the Bible, the forefathers of this generation is Adam. Even though he misbehaved, he is our forefather. Our forefather. He started religion in the Garden of Eden before he misbehaved. So God put him there. God gave him directives on what to do. Any other directive brought by any man on earth is against the doctrine of Jesus Christ. So any other forefather is adulterated. Then nobody should mislead the world. We are trying to make this world a better place for human beings to live. With sin, we cannot live in peace. We cannot progress. That's what I have to say.
Okay, so very simply put, you are saying that the Indian man is foolish, the Chinese man is foolish, the Europeans who gave you religion that have gone back to their tradition is foolish. So why didn't they acknowledge the Adam who is the first man? Whoever, you didn't mention your name, but I want to give you an assignment. If you love knowledge, go back and check the civilization of this world. Who were the first people to walk on the surface of this earth? You go Indian, they were first black. Chinese first black. Japan first black. Europe first black. America first black. As a matter of fact, the name Europe is from an African queen called Europa. So, at what point is Adam now becoming the first man that ever walked and then give? And who told you that what Adam did, or the lifestyle of Adam according to the Bible, was a religion? The concept of religion didn't come until the time of Jesus Christ. That we talk about Christianity today you are talking about. It was at Antioch. They saw people look like Christ and they said, these people are Christ-like. So you can't just come and verbalize what you do not know. What you have just said down is pure sentiment. let's go back to the history like you have said. There are histories that predates the age of Bible.
Okay, let's take this call. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
I greet you.
Tony calling from Osho.
Okay, Tony, Media Badia.
Yeah, in fact, if Jesus is the one that brought Adam, that means Jesus is God. And Adam, Jesus or God gave Adam directly. All the Egyptians, all the Indians, they are secondary. They are secondary. So whatever we are doing, we have to follow the doctrine of Jesus. Even that Jesus Christ was there when Moses led Israelites from Egypt to Canaan. If you go to 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 4, it will tell you this, that Jesus was the rock that led Israelites. It was the rock that Moses struck, and water came out for them to drink. So nobody will tell me that any doctrine, any tradition is outside God, who created the man that formed his tradition. Thank you.
Okay,
Right.
so simply
Thank
put,
you
you are
very
saying
much.
Jesus was also foolish for allowing himself to be done according to him, according to the culture and tradition of the Jews. So within the doctrine of Jesus and the tradition to whom he subdued himself to, which one is superior? Why don't we just accept the realities? Even the Bible puts it very plain before our eyes. No, the Bible does not stop you from following your tradition. If you want to follow religion, we all understand it's a game of interest. Play your interest, but the game of tradition and culture is not a game of interest. You were born into it. If Jesus himself, or is it you, the caller now, don't read your Bible and you don't see all these things? If it is written in the Bible, do not shift the ancient landmarks. It was an instruction. So are you saying the God that gave such knowledge is stupid and you are wiser? We need to come to terms with reality.
All right, our tradition is a program on Memories 96.5 FM, and of course, this is a segment of the show, Sunday Special, and every Sunday we hang out here to discuss contemporary issues, trending issues, and of course we find time for political discussions as well as our tradition and ethics. Hello, welcome. You are the last call.
Hello.
I greet you. Good evening.
Gary, I'm calling from Okada. Now I want to upload my voice to the tradition, of course.
All right.
Christian is a very good thing. The Bible says that he was looking at the machinery ship with ancient standards. But the fact is that how do we still engage in the worship of the person for we have had a tradition that we went in a woman to bear two children, like 10 children. So the woman will be healed, and of course, taking it all, the husband into the bush, taking to the forest, and the woman will be devoured by one animal, and all that will be children. You would say we are practicing tradition. Why was that issue done a little bit by administrator who brought the Christianity to Nigeria? I don't think that tradition they are talking about is so powerful. I was so good to our culture, more things. Why are some of these things are not something still there? Thank you very much.
Okay,
right, thank you very much. That's still what we're saying.
Very put. This is the truth that a lot of Africans don't know. If Mary Slessor stopped the killing of twins, how come we have twins that are over 120 years today? How did they escape the death? The truth people don't know is that Mary Slessor didn't stop the killing of twins. And another truth is that Africans were not prone to killing of twins. It was the white man who came and discovered that our deities had personalized themselves in twins. They encouraged the killing of twins. And they saw black magic, the dark era. You see, all of this history are the history after slavery. Nobody cares to talk about the history before slavery. The effect of slavery and how we were subjugated to listen to every instruction of the white man. When our mothers revolted against that instruction, Mary Slessor only eavesdropped. And because she courted, she was girlfriend to a lot of kings and medidem. And so she was given an ambience to spearhead that movement. But at the end of the day, I don't want to go further in the matter because a lot of people may be offended, but the truth remains that our mothers revolted against the killing of twins because it was induced by foreigners, because the twins represented our deities. For instance, Okanafo Waitam, they are twins. Ekboyan Fiawan, Udomiya Kandito. Male, female. We had this yin and yang. The Chinese understand this and they replicate it. But when they came here, they wanted to kill that idea. And so they said every deity personified in twins must be destroyed.
Okay.
We need to go back to that history.
We shall take that up next week. Every deity that is, a twin should be done away with. We'll take that up next week when we come on Sunday's special show. Thank you very much, Oku.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, the callers, I love you all for your opinions. Actually, I used to think that way, or I think that way too. And more other people would like to, call in and find out exactly the true situation as it concerns the Bible and, of course, our tradition. They are not in conflict. One is natural and must be done. The other, you were born into it. And so there are no two ways about it. Oku Esen, I love having you on the program. Next week, I hope you will come around and let's take a more look at how it borders on our tradition, native laws and customs.
Thank you so much.
All right.
I'll be available.
Okay, thank you very much. That's the size of the show today. We promise you another package next week when we come. Until then, and Okotex has been in the house, and there was no time for productivity.